This meeting is being live streamed. Okay, can we go? Not yet. Yay. Okay, I'm calling the special council meeting of October 17th, 2023 to order. As mentioned earlier, we called this with less than 24 hours notice, so we had 5 members of council sign the call. There's only one thing on the agenda. It's attendance, approval of the agenda, and then it's the Villejuif bylaws 18, 19, and 20. And then that's it for the agenda. So attendance at the beginning of the meeting is the same as it was half an hour ago. Everyone's here with Councillor Jolly and Councillor Broadhead virtual. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Councillor Mackay is adopting the agenda as I just verbalized. Call for that. Call the vote. Motion passes unanimously. All right, so where are we? We are going back to bylaw 18, which was already given first and second reading. And so now we will, I'm going to go to you, Councillor Killick, because you were the main mover for all these motions at the earlier meeting to see if you want to do third reading.
That unanimous consent.
No, we don't need that one.
Oh,
Just go straight to bylaw.
Sorry, that bylaw 18/2023 be read a third time. Sorry.
No, that's all good. And actually, before we go there, Marta, legislatively, we can't do 3 readings in one meeting without unanimous consent.
No, you may not.
So this is a separate meeting, so we don't need unanimous consent.
Correct.
Oh, thank you. That's all. Okay, so you just go to third reading of bylaw 18, which you just read. I'll accept that. Sorry. So anything on third reading?
Just to remind the viewing public that this is a continuation. This is to amend the municipal development plan flourish, which is the highest level of order of documentation. And it is an amendment that would support the necessary changes to support the building of 2 tall apartment rental buildings out in the Village Shrew area, outside of amending the flourish plan to accommodate that.
All right, any more members of council that want to weigh in on debate? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Voting's closed. That passes by a majority with Councillor Bermansky, Hughes, and Jolly opposed. So that's the MDP, that's 18. We only got to first reading of bylaw 19, so I need a motion to do second reading of 19. Councillor Killick.
That bylaw 19/2023 be read a second time.
Anything further?
Again, just to remind the public that this is the area structure plan that would provide changes to support the 2 20-story towers and changes to the area structure plan as we had previously reviewed in detail at the earlier meeting.
Okay, thanks for that. Anyone else? Seeing nothing, I'll go to the vote. Voting's closed. And that passes by a majority with Councillor Romansky, Hughes and Jolly opposed. Third reading, Councillor Killick.
Whoop, that bylaw 19/2023 be read a third time.
Nothing
And
further.
nothing further to
All right.
add, Madam Mayor.
Call for the vote. Voting's closed. That motion passes with Councillor Romansky, Hughes and Jolly opposed. We are on to the land use bylaw amendments. First reading was already passed. So Councillor Killick, I'll go to you second reading.
That bylaw 2023 be read a second time.
Anything else?
This is the lowest level of the requirements that really lays out and supports the requirements as we have said in our previous debate around allowing these two 20-story towers to be built, redesignating the land. I think it really strongly aligns with what we're trying to accomplish in densification, opens up green space, puts the towers in an area where they don't overlook other existing residential development. They are alongside commercial, yet to be developed commercial space. They are away from the train tracks. To the south is undeveloped land. They're on a good transportation corridor. They're close to fire fighting station. They're going to provide a much needed home for residents that will hopefully meet our flourish targets of growth, getting to 100,000. And it also supports our development of our commercial land as well. People that are going to work in St. Albert are going to want to live in St. Albert, and it will definitely support that. It also gives a strong indication to developers that we're open to try and be receptive to new ideas and new developments. And I think that sends a strong signal for many other developments around the city, in particular, wanting to make a vibrant downtown. The people that live in these buildings, when they're built, will be future customers of our downtown businesses. They will hopefully work in the Lakeview business district. They may not shop at a grocery store that's not built there, but they will frequent other grocery stores, maybe a little bit further to the south. It just helps us set the stage for so many things that are positive that I hope my fellow councillors will see it the same way as I do. If these buildings were proposed in the middle of an established neighborhood where there were shadowing issues or transportation issues or impact to neighboring residents, that would be a different story. But this is a prime piece of land that is open and ready for development that can support these two towers. And I think it shows a good opportunity for us to achieve everything that we're trying to do on attracting more businesses as well to St. Albert. So I hope it's supported.
Councillor Romansky, go ahead.
Thank you. And Councillor Killick, I do appreciate your comments. And the only thing is we're not deciding against the development or for the development. Development will still be there, but in a shorter tower version, which, you know, stays in line with the current municipal development plan and such. And the thing that puzzled me the most about it is like, why was this not mentioned so long ago? Like so many things have been approved, you know, it was the public information out there with, it's going to be, it was all, they were all fine for density and fine for height and fine for many of the variables when it was first presented and for a long ways since. So now we're just at the point of, well, it can only be done if they're double the size of what we originally planned out of the blue, so to speak, right? And again, I agree with all the, the housing for the community, the rental spaces for people, the development site. There's very, very many, good ideas with the development site. But to just throw at the community that, oh yeah, we're going to allow this one development to sidestep the municipal development plan or change it and, well, more than double the height of the buildings. It was not a small ask, it's a gigantic ask. And so although I respect the developer, I respect all the councillors' points of view on this one, it's too great of an ask to do this for one developer. And maybe in the future, like, you'll build your 10-story or 8 and there'll be demand for it. And your development plans will change progressively by need. But to change a one-off now, and then people think that's the only way forward. I can't stand behind that just to say that I'm a futuristic counselor that knows what the future's going to guide, because I think it's an arrogance to think that, right? You have to see what your public wants. You have to respect that it's citizens of St. Albert and the reason they live in St. Albert that put us in our seats here. And for us to just say we're visionaries and we think, we need to start building towers in St. Albert. I don't feel comfortable in my heart voting for that. And so in respect to all of you, that's why I can't support it.
All right. No hands up online? Okay. Councillor Killick to close?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, just again, it really comes back to the message that we want to send to development, not developers, but development of St. Albert and a path forward. It's a message that we know that if we develop and want to attract businesses, this I think Councillor Broadhead kind of said the same thing with Sobeys, right? It's like it's kind of, you got to have the place for people to live, and the rooftops, in this case, 2 20-story towers, you've got to have the people there before Sobeys is going to say, well, I'm not going to build a grocery store and then not have any customers. So I feel it's the same thing, that we have to show that we are open to this type of development that will bring attractive housing options, building taller, higher density, leaves more land, more green spaces for people to get outside and enjoy. It's connected to trails and walkways. It's an indication to all other types of developers that we are open to these types of new opportunities. And I think keeping a long-term look at where we want to go and how we develop that land. It's close to our amenities site that we've talked about. Ray Gibbon Drive will be expanded. It's close to a major transportation corridor, et cetera, and the development of our land for industrial / commercial uses as well. So I think in my mind, it really does take that long-term look at the direction that we're going, and is a positive step in that direction, and a very working with a very positive developer that has been successful in other regions, building many other developments, including in St. Albert. This is a next evolution in providing rental space for residents and future residents to come and live, work, and play in St. Albert.
Thank you. Call for the vote. Voting's closed. And that motion passes with Councillor Maskey, Hughes, and Jolly opposed. That was second reading, right? Yeah. That was third? Okay.
That was
Right, I
second.
crossed out second. Okay.
That was second.
Pardon? That was second. That's what the. Because I'm trying to cross them out as I go, so I know where I am. Third and final time, Councillor Killick.
That bylaw 2023 be read a third time.
We're good with comments?
Nothing more to
Nothing
add.
further?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Call for the vote. That motion, or voting closed, and that motion passes with Councillor Romansky, Hughes, and Jolly opposed. All right, and now I am adjourning our special council meeting.
And just for clarity, we need to go back into the original Zoom meeting for the last part of the,
Think just because all we have is in camera, are you gonna pass the host over to me? Stay in this Zoom meeting. Yeah.
okay, so we just have to wait for the feed to end.
That's great. And we're gonna have to kill this YouTube link. We don't have to start the other YouTube